Book 1, Session 2. Where we last left off, the group had entered a room that was clearly a torture chamber, and one of the skulls had levitated and fire spilled out of its mouth. So Dre casts a spell, and the skull retaliates by sending a missile at him. The flaming skull summons another flaming skull. They are gay skulls. Khaleesi punches one. She rolls in that 1, but really a 2, so she punched the fire, so didn't quite work. Tooth Lord smacks the skull before cutting himself with a tooth to create a blood rapier. Wanderer goes to attack the skull with an ice knife. Skull shoots a white-hot line of fire at Tooth. He nearly dodges out of the way. Skull shoots at Dre, another ray again at Tooth. A shield pops up in front of Tooth to block the fire. He sees the ghost in the corner of the room. Dre tries to smack the skull with their staff, but they miss. The skull casts fireball at all the spellcasters. Khaleesi punches the skull in the nose. Tooth tries to stab the skull, but it goes through the mouth, and the skull laughs. Tooth laughs back. A skull casts flaming spear. Dre casts shocking grasp on one of the skulls. The skull crumbles to dust. Khaleesi rolls a nat 20 against the remaining skull with punching. Tooth tries to stab the skull, but misses. Wanderer, with their quarterstaff, hits it. It flew out of the flames and hit the wall. Tooth looks for any teeth. He finds 21 teeth. Wanderer, Dre, and Tooth try to read some of the books in the room. Tooth investigates the wall where the ghost was, but no luck. Then Tooth Lord takes a random book he can't read, but it seems to be a journal. Khaleesi can read the books. They seem to be the backgrounds of people. For example, elf, viable female, experiments, etc. Deep speech is the language it's written in. Wanderer checks out an entryway that leads to a hallway, and there's a bunch of skeletons encaged in glass. Runes are enchanted on the bones of the dead, like invoking, summoning, and enchanting. We go up a set of stairs, roughly 50 feet. We enter a chamber past the archway where there's a huge hallway with a chandelier with dim lights that are glowing. There's a huge, giant door with skulls, death, and magic enchanted on it. It's locked tight. Tooth can feel and hear faint wind. Tooth lights a torch on the right side of the room, and there's an archway with beautiful markings. Through it, there is a stairway that opens down. The left side is the same way. There is a ghost watching us with a beard. Wanderer walks closer to talk to him. The ghost told Wanderer, "Don't go down." Wanderer stared at that and is now investigating a wall. Dre rolled pretty much really low and walks towards it. Wanderer noticed one of the bricks was different, and the wall opens up. The ghost reappears and nods. He fully heals us, and we follow him. The ghost disappears, and the party keeps following. Tooth Lord presses a brick, and the door opens into a well-lit laboratory. Bookshelves surround the room, and many alchemy tools, and many magic lights. Dre investigates one of the tables with a white sheet on it. Looks like it was covering a humanoid figure. There's a body on the table with sewn together different colors of skin with an odd rune on its abdomen. The bigger one has fewer patches but similar to the previous. None of us can read the rune or the symbol. Wanderer and the Tooth Lord check out the bookshelves. There's tons of magic types. They're out of our knowledge realm. Tooth notices a tolem covered in a layer of dust bound by stitched skin. We gather around the books and the ghosts grab our wrists. The ghost says something like, "Don't touch, dangerous," and he looks mad. He gestures to the book, to now open the book. The ghost moves through us to another bookshelf. One of the stitched bodies gives up to move. It's the big one. He's a flesh puppet. Dre throws a fireball at the large puppet, and the flesh growls as it's singed. Khaleesi uses bags of tricks and summons a goat. Tooth shoots an arrow at the puppet, and the puppet is unfazed, even though I rolled an 8 for damage. They create a plan for someone to try opening the door and for people to try to distract the puppet. The puppet almost emotes on its face. The goat is hit. Tooth Lord is smacked in the face. The puppet smashes a table. Wanderer slaps the puppet with a spear and rips out part of him. Wanderer suggests we aim for the rune. Dre casts magic missile and the puppet loses an arm and is clearly starting to break. The goat headbutts the puppet. Khaleesi punches the puppet. Tooth Lord raises his quarterstaff and screams, "For the teeth!" before delivering the final blow. We investigate the bookshelf that the ghost went through. It reveals an opening. The bookcase opens to a room with 4 identical crystals, like the energy-draining ones. There's a slab in the middle, and the walls have writing and runes in deep speech and such. And out from the slab comes a lich.